Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I am doing a little Christmas in July DIYing here since it's like 90 some degrees outside and hot and humid and miserable. Figured I'd play with some Christmas decorations. I'm gonna make some little ornaments here using these wood slices that I got from, I think I got these last year from Temu, and they were $7.09. It says there's 15, 3.5 by 3.51 inches. They're a little bit different sizes, each one of them. They're pretty much right around 3 inches, but you know, they're wood, so some of them aren't exactly perfectly, you know, round. This one's not exactly round, but I want to use these, and they came with this little pack of jute string here to hang them with when you're done. And I got these really adorable rub-on stickers I showed you guys in my haul the other day. These came from Amazon, but these are really cute vintage rub-on stickers, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So there's that one. I'll link this under the video in case anybody missed it the last time if you want to check these out. But how cute are these? I'm not even sure which ones I want to use on all of these. They're just all so nice. I know I definitely, I already cut one out here on this one. I'll show you what I did with it. I definitely want to use this snowman. I think he is just adorable. But anyway, I made something similar to these last year, and I had some of the sticker things that I used, but they were really shiny and they weren't, you know, like vintage looking whatsoever. But here's one that I finished, and that's how they came out. Look how darn cute these are. I have a little bit of this Aliens glitter snow. I also ordered that off of Amazon, but I'm sure you can get this like Hobby Lobby. I don't know about Walmart. I haven't checked there for that kind of stuff. But it's really cool. It's a real nice textured and has a slight bit of like glitter to it. Not a real lot. And then these little bows. These I got from Temu too a couple years ago. It was a big pack of these little bows. I never knew what to do with them, so I'll show you how I kind of use some of that distressing ink on there, just so it wasn't so, I'll show you the difference here. They weren't so shiny. They looked a little more vintage. So that's what I did with it, and it was so cute. And then on the back, if you wanted to, you could use these like as a gift tag, little extra gift with a to from, put the date on it that you made these, and it's just a really cute keepsake for somebody. I love them. These stickers are just awesome. Rub-on, I guess considered stickers. Is that what they're calling them? Yeah, rub-on stickers. All right, so the first thing I did is I took some of the Waverly Plaster Color chalk paint, and I'm just going to paint inside here. You don't have to, but if you have this nice, because here's a couple that I have painted already, a nice white background to start with, your sticker is going to show up so much better. So all I did for that, I just did one coat. I just took the plaster paint and then just carefully went around here and just, you know, gave it a nice coat of this plaster color. Nothing special here, so I figured I'd get those painted up because, you know, you guys know how to put paint on something. There we go. But yeah, just carefully go around the edge. Doesn't have to be perfect because it has this nice rough edge here, so even if you know, veer off your circle here just a little bit, it's not really going to make that much of a difference. And if you get it right away, you can probably get it off. But yeah, that's it. That's all I did. Just went around the edge like that, painted them all up. And I didn't want to waste a ton of time, you know, sitting here painting these during the video. So I have 3 of them here that I have all nice and dry that we can actually just start working on. So I know I want to use the snowman, so all we're going to do here is my scissors. And it has little sayings and stuff on here too, but I don't know if anything else will fit on here, but I'm going to get this snowman out of here. So let me carefully cut around him. So we can put him on here. And that's all you do is just to get these out of here, just, you know, cut them out. And what I like to do with this plastic here, like on one corner, is just to bend it up, because sometimes it's a booger to get a hold of once you know, scrape that on there. Oh, there's so many cute ones. All right. So anyway, what you do is you take this back off like so, your backing, and then you just have this here. Don't stick to my finger. Our little snowman. And let's see. I'm gonna set him, I don't want that to go through his head. Right about there, I guess. Don't want to lose his hat there in the hole. Come on, fingers. There we go. That should be good right there. I think that looks good. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this popsicle stick here. This is one of the larger ones I get from Dollar Tree. And just start rubbing it on there. Just making sure you get everything really good. And then I'll show you, when you take it off, you just take it off real slow in case, you know, something wasn't stuck down quite enough. I tend to, a lot of the edges won't get quite good enough sometimes. But that's it, you just, you know, give it a good amount of pressure here and just rub it on. I just go in little circles here, all the way around. Alright, now, when you start taking it off, just take it up slowly so you can see that. See, I tend to not get all the edges real good. Alright, now it's on there. Alright, how do we do with the rest? Voila! And look how cute that is. I mean, how easy is that to make an adorable little ornament? These are just so cute. You could add some more of like these little leaves or stuff to come. Oh, here's some cute little snowflakes. Oh, I think I definitely want those on this one. I didn't see those. I'm gonna have to cut this thing all up here to get to this snowflake. But we're gonna add this snowflake. I don't know if there's another one. I know there's a gold one here. I don't think there's any more. Nope, but I am going to use, whoops, where'd you go? That one and this gold one I see over here. All right. And then, like I said before, I want to bend the corner up so I can easily get a hold of it. All right, so let's get these on here. Ta-da. There we go. I think I'll put one right here, like so. There are so many nice rub-on stickers anymore. I hadn't used them in years until I saw them popping up again a lot recently. There we go. We got that one on there. What am I doing? Bending it this way. And they're really easy to get apart too, which is nice. Alright, so then we'll put this snowflake right about there, I think. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Oh, look how cute that is. I love that. All right, so now to kind of, it still like was a little bit too whitish for me. So I took some of the Tim Holtz Distressing Ink in Vintage Photo, my favorite. You guys know I use this all the time. And I just kind of dabbed over it a little bit just to make it all blend in nice with our rustic looking stickers here. Just so it wasn't so white. So there, that kind of just blended that right in there very nicely. And I did the same thing with these bows because these bows were just too bright. So I just like dipped in a lot of ink here and just stamped the bow like so. And then that gave it more of a less shiny, more vintage looking bow. So there we go. Get some of that shine off of there. I'm making a mess of my mat here. I need to change this mat. I keep saying that and I just never get around to doing it. But yeah, so there, that kind of dulls that up a little bit so it's not so shiny. All right, so on this one, I think I want to, well, first I want to put my string on here. This one, I don't know if I'm going to add any of the extra snow to it. But I never know how long to make these, so I just kind of double them over and put the loop through the front. So that'll end up on the back. And then kind of figure from here. That's probably good. All right. They give you a lot of that string too. And then just put that right through your loop from the back. Whoops, there goes my ink thing. Like so. And I like to keep that in the back so it's not really interfering with anything here. Not down that far, but come through. There we go. Is that gonna hang right? Yes. Why is this being stubborn now? I want that through just a little more. There we go. Just so it's like on the top and the back. And then I just tie a little loop here with your 2 pieces of string. And there you go. You have a nice... I like to leave it extra long because I don't know what people are going to want to do with it. Whether they want to hang it on a tree, hang it on a knob. You never know. But anyway, they want to make it shorter, they can. But yeah, so that's that. Now this one I want to add these pine onto. I took some of these. Dollar Tree has these every year. I'm sure they're going to be more this year. But these are those pine ties that they always have every year. Hopefully they still have them. And I just cut a little piece off. I didn't really measure it or anything. But I think I want to put that like way up there on the top. Way, way up here. Kind of bend that just a little bit. There we go. Up there. Now, I don't know if I want a bow on this one too, but I have a bunch of these. These I got at Dollar Tree a few years ago. All these little pine cones on a string here. But I figured I'd just add that. And I just took some of the plaster colored chalk paint and a brush, and I just went over these little bristles or whatever you want to call them, pine needles, and made it a little snowy looking. But that's totally up to you. I don't know if I have, oh yeah, here's a small one. Or is that going to be too big? I don't want anything too big on here. Wonder if we can cut this down. Let's try. And these are great on these wires because you just kind of untwist them and then you can pop them right off. Easy for me to say, right? I'm not twisting the wrong way. They are really easy. I swear they are. What am I doing wrong? I'm going the wrong way. You know what? Where's my wire cutters? I just lost all what I was doing here. I've always just twisted them open and they come right off. But anyway, and these ones were already painted. I want to see if I can cut some of this off here to make it a little bit flatter. Not so big. I need different cutters here. Probably could do this with scissors, honestly. Let me hold it over my garbage can because I'm making a mess. Alright, that's a little bit flatter. Not enough, though. Is that better? There we go. That's the perfect size right there. Alright, I'm not going to glue that down yet because I have some of these little berries, too, that I want to use. These, I believe, came from Temu also. And it's just these, see if I can get one out here. Just these little berries on a wire. You can find these like at Hobby Lobby, Michael's also. And I just took them, folded it in half, and then just twisted these together so I would have 2 berries. And then I just cut it off with my wire cutters. And then I'm going to glue them. I want them to go just peeking out from behind the pine cone. So I'm going to put these on first. And then put the pine cone over top of them. Where is my top? I'll make sure I get this right here. Yeah, that'll be good right there. And then I put one on the other side too. Kind of need my pine cone as a guide here. So I get it in the right spot. Go right about under there. There we go. That's perfect. Yeah, I got it all stuck. And then I'm just going to glue this on. And there you go. You have another easy peasy little decoration. Isn't that cute? These are just so adorable. I mean, what a great little gift to give to someone. I mean, I would like to get them. And then you can fluff that out if you want to. And then you could add some of the snow to it if you want to. I don't think I'm going to on this one because I just like the way this one looks. I want that bent more though. There we go. To kind of go with it. How stinking adorable are they? Alright, so now we have those two styles. So let's do one here with some of the snow onto it. Alright, let me pick out my image here because it's going to take me a minute to make up my mind, and then we'll come back and show you how we're going to make the next one. Alright, I already put this little girl on here just to get a little head start. This one I'm going to do the Santa. I haven't scratched this on yet because I'm going to add a couple little sayings with this one too, or not sayings, one's a saying, one's a little set of bells that I thought would look cute. Alright, let's see, how do we do? Perfect. Alright, then I got this little teeny weeny gold Christmas saying here that I want to put on here. So we're going to put that over to the side. Come on now. There we go. I want this kind of this way. Just says Christmas. Has some little teeny weeny stars on the sides of them too, so I'll make sure I get all those stuck down nicely. Alright, that looks good. Look how cute. And then I have this little bell I thought would be nice just to kind of even it out over here a little bit. Put this one on the other side of Santa. There we go. We're just going to put that right there. I gotta think of more things I want to do with these because I'm just loving these rub-on stickers. They're just awesome. And if you wanted to, you could seal these, you know, go over it with like a clear coat of something if you wanted to spray. I'm not going to. I think they're going to be fine just the way they are. But there's Santa. All right, Santa, I am just going to do, let's see. Well, first I want to dull this up a little bit. Make it all blend together good with this distressing ink. Not a lot, not a lot. That one's a little more distressed than I was thinking, but it's fine. Alright, and then I need to put a string in these. But first, on this little girl here, I'm going to do, and I'm actually going to put my string in first. I want to show you guys how I do that snow. So I'm going to do that for her here while she's building her little snowman. So let me get my string on here. Santa, I am just going to put the string on there, and I'm just going to use, I think I'm going to put the pine on this one. I do believe. Just to give it a little more something something. But this one I'm just going to do the bow, because I think that'll be plenty on here. This piece of wood wants to get in my way. Alright, that looks good. So anyway, I just take like a stiff kind of brush. You can use anything. You can use like a popsicle stick, whatever you feel comfortable using with this snow. It's just, come on, there it is. It's just like this little, looks like a paste. It's real nice and gooey, so you can kind of just, I want to put a lot more on this one. You just dab it on there until you have like little piles of snow, however you want it. And then when it dries, you know, really nice and hard. So it's pretty cool stuff. add some snow to your things here. Takes a little bit of dabbing here, but nothing hard about it, that's for sure. Very simple to use. Just kind of wanted her sitting in the snow there, making her snowman. Brush probably isn't the best thing to use, but look how cute that looks, like she's playing in the snow. And then when that dries, it'll have like this really little glitter to it. It's really, it says it's glitter snow, but it's not really all that glittery. It's just enough, you know what I mean? It's not like overly in your face glitter. But I think that's it for the snow on here. I don't want to go up too high. Don't want her to look like she's stuck in a snow pile. Alright, so then that's going to have to dry really good. But I think, yeah, just for her, we are just going to, I'm just going to stick that in some water. It washes out of the brush real well too. For her, we're just going to use that bow that we dulled up here a little bit, and I think that's all we're going to put on here. Because you know what? Sometimes a little is just enough. So let me make sure I get that straight. Come on now. Go the way I want ya. That's good. Alright. And then you're just going to want to set that aside and let that dry for a few hours. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes to dry. The last one I did it and I just left it sit overnight and it was hard as a rock in the morning. But look how stinking cute that is. And then you could add some little, like I did with that other one, I just took just some like of the Snow White to make little snowflakes. And I just kind of dipped it in the lid. I took one of these embossing things that you can get like at Dollar Tree or whatever. It has these little round balls on the end. And I just kind of dip it in the paint and then just make little dots for snow. It's really simple. You can add as much or as little, and I got it on my finger already. I kind of need, I don't want to dump this out right now. There you go. It makes nice little circles. I use this to make dots on a lot of different things. It's just something really easy to do. Dip it in the paint and make your snowflakes. There we go. Oh, that's adorable. I'll put a little snowflake right in the middle. Why not? Alright, I think that's enough with the snowflakes. Oh, that's cute. I love that. Alright. I have nothing to wipe that off, so in the water you go. But yeah, I think that's just enough. Isn't that cute? So easy. Alright, then there's that one. And then this guy here, I'm just going to put this pine up here like I did with the other one. Oops, I didn't tie a knot in the top of this one, but I can do that later. Let me do it now because, you know, I'll go to hang it up and I'll forget. Because that's what I do. I forget. Alright. There's a little knot in there. There we go. Alright, I'm going to lay her down so I don't mess up her snow. Alright, and then for this guy here, we're going to put on our little string. You can buzz past this part if you want to. There we go. And later on, I'm going to head out to the Dollar Tree and see what we can find. I don't know, I'm going to have to be doing a lot of comparison shopping this year, I believe, as far as, you know, crafting items and whatnot. I mean, I still think Dollar Tree is a great place to get things like that. especially for different holiday things. Other places are so expensive. And I know it stinks that they're raising their prices, but I really do feel that like a lot of it's still going to be the better deal. Still Dollar Tree, even though it went up another quarter, 50 cents, whatever they did with stuff. But, you know, if you go to a craft store, that stuff's pricey. You guys know. Dollar Tree's always been my go-to, and they're really upsetting me here. All right, I'm going to glue that on there, and I think I'm going to raise it up a little bit so it doesn't cover up my words. There we go. Am I even? Am I? But yeah, I figured today'd be a great day to just sit and hang out and do some of these little crafts. Alright. And I love these little bows. I am just in love with these little bows. And I think I'm going to put one on here on these greens because I just love them. Oh, I got to dull you up a little bit. Where is my ink? Does make a big difference. It may not show up so much on camera, but it really does change the look of these bows. Alright, there we go. That's it. That's all there is to it. Glue this on here. And there we go. And you could even add a little bit more of that snow on these things too if you want to. I haven't tried that yet. Just to add a little bit of that goopy snow. Don't know how well that would work. I'll have to try it sometime and I'll let you know. But I don't want to ruin my little thing here now. I'll mess around with that on something that's not connected to the thing that I just made. But, and then I think I'll put my berries in here again because they're just so darn cute too. Don't glue it to your finger. Hot glue. Jeez. Alright, just want to get it underneath there. There we go. I just want them to peek out from the bow. I need one more. So yeah, you can go simple or as elaborate as you want with these. There you go, easy peasy. Glue this baby on here without gluing my finger. Be cool. Just want to get underneath there. There we go. Sticking out from our bow. Oh, I love that. Look how cute. Isn't that adorable? These are just awesome. I love that they're not shiny. They're a nice matte finished look to them when you put them on. But anyway, I'm going to clean up this mess here. I will take a nice picture of all these for at the end of the video. Well, you know, without all this mess around. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this little project. These are so much fun to do. And I will see you guys all next time. Have a great day, everyone.